Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel Aguado. I'm an entrepreneur and a business consultant, and as well as an investor. And I would like to welcome to this web conference that we're going to talk about business opportunities and how to become an entrepreneur in these challenging times. Okay, so let me show you a small presentation that I have the design in order to explain trends, future, and business opportunities that we can find in and that we can explore if you are willing to become an entrepreneur uh, regarding these challenging times, and probably because maybe crisis could affect your job, or maybe crisis could affect your business, your own business, and you are thinking about, diversifying your activity and also your incomes. So let me show you a little bit about what's going on and what could be a nice picture of what's going on right now worldwide. Okay, uh, here we go. Okay, okay. Before I start explaining about what is this business all about, what is the business opportunity, and why I consider this the biggest business opportunity for most people, uh, um, in terms of return of investment, as well as in terms of risk, in terms also as well as global opportunity. But let me, before introduce the details and explain the details about the business opportunity that I would like to share with you, uh, um, some information that may help you to understand what's going on worldwide. Uh, I read a book a few years ago called The End of Work, written by Jeremy Rifkin, which is an economist and also a sociologist from USA. He has been a finance teacher. He has been teaching finance in Wharton University and in USA, Wharton School, and he really start designing. Visioning uh, about the future, about the trends and the changes that were shaping the future. And he wrote a book called The End of Work, where he just explained what's going on today. He wrote, remember, in 1995. And he was talking about the decline of the global labor force, the decline of the global labor force, and the dawn of the post-market era. And he explains in a detailed way how technology and jobs, and how the jobs will be transformed by technology. Especially, he was explaining about how artificial intelligence plus big data plus Internet of Things plus biotech devices plus quantum computing plus other innovations will affect in a huge proportion uh, so many millions of works, and this global labor force, how will be affected by these innovations. Also, there is a book called the same title, which is The End of Work. But this is written by John Tammy, who really talks about how to transform your passion into your future profession, into your future job, or how to become a self-employee using your passion. and taking care about, and um, exploding your passion. Um, these two books are very interesting. I mean, the first one, I mean, The End of Work by Jeremy Rifkin, I mean, it's an amazing vision of what's going on today. And the other one explains you how you can um, basically how you could redesign your life if you would be or could be affected by these transforming forces uh, based on technology or innovation. The third element here in this presentation is a study made by Oxford Martin School, Oxford University, in 2013, which is the future of employment. How susceptible are jobs to computerization? And actually, this study uh, uh, analyzes 700 occupations in USA. Actually, they pick up 700 occupations, different type of jobs and professions, and they apply an algorithm uh, and in order to understand how those jobs, these occupations, would be affected by computerization or by any automatization or any innovation that we have just talked. Uh, the amazing of this study is that the 50% of these 700 occupations would be replaced by this technology in the following 10, 15, 20 years, which is an amazing number of occupations and jobs that will be replaced by technology. Of course, that technology as well creates new jobs, but in this transition era that we are now moving from this post-industrial era to this new economy era, usually, if we study the transition between the agriculture era to the industrial era, many jobs will be destroyed before the new jobs will be created. So we have to consider that we are entering into this the end of work period of time. Meanwhile, we create new jobs. So we're going to live from the next 5, 10, 15, maybe 20 years, a really challenging time when we talk about labor, when we talk about work. The second slide explains a little, shows you a few examples of how technology is replacing, human labor, and basically you can see, the 3D printing here at the top of the right of the top. Then you can see this Da Vinci's robot, which is also actually the most precise neuro surgeon in Spain. Also, you can see here, drones and as well as robotic arms here on a bar. The Amazon movers. Then you can see here this the quantum technology already developed the last year. Makes an amazing shift into technology, into the quantum technology. Also, you can see here robots, nursery robots for hospitals, as well as you can see biotech devices or any e-commerce developments, as well as automatizations. So you can see so many examples in life that we are living and we are experimenting. Also, you can find here in this slide this graphic about how the historic waves of innovation have been developed over the centuries, over the last three centuries. And basically, if you can find, you can see there that the curve initially used to be more close to the bottom. Uh, and so the changes take so much time, maybe 100 years, 150 years, in order to produce some impacts on our lives. Uh, so many changes have been developed, so many innovations have been developed from the last 300 years. But well, we can see in since 2000 that the changes in terms of innovation, the ways of innovation have been more impactful in our lives and in a shorter period of times. So just consider how is going to be our lives, and the way we live, the way we make money, the way of living, how it's going to be transformed when we are live uh, in a day-to-day basis with artificial intelligence, with big data, with quantum technology, with genomics, with augmented reality or virtual reality, with so many changes that are going on right now that will transform the way we live. So that's why I also at the right part of this slide, I recommend this book called 20 Lessons for the 21st Century, written by Yuval Noah Harari, which is an Israeli historian. He's one of the brightest minds right now that talks about what could be the future, or how should be the future. And he wrote this book and really asked a few questions about what's going on and how we should be affected by these technologies and innovations, and how our lives will be transformed completely. Actually, he talks about the future of job, the future of work, and it's an amazing uh, lecture that you can take from this reading. I recommend you what's going on. So actually, Noah Harari is talking about that probably artificial intelligence plus biotechnology will hack us in a way that never have been before. I mean, we will share private information. I'm talking about uh, information about our body, about our health, about our mindset, about the way we think, the way we fear, because all those feelings would be monitorized by the new technology that is emerging. So it's a very, very interesting book that I recommend you, and you will understand how could be the future, and what you should do in terms of surfing this tremendous wave that are that could become a tsunami and could transform completely our lives. So we're gonna enter as well into an uncertainty period of time, and we have to understand how to master ourselves in order to find a way and keep going with our lives and with our families, and how we transform ourselves as well. So and regarding the current crisis that we are suffering, caused by the COVID-19, this global virus that we are suffering now. uh, one of the responsibles from the economic point of view, from the economic department, from the UN, uh, announced that the COVID-19 impact could cause equivalent of 200 million job losses in the next months and years. So Regarding this scenario, I mean, the biggest advice that you could receive from me now is that you have to become an entrepreneur. You have to take you have to take control of your life. I think depending on a job is not a smart idea. And if you have a traditional business that is challenging right now, it's challenging right now with these new hero business models. I also recommend you to really to explore these new economy business models and diversify in the meantime in order to have one business or one professional, one activity or occupation in the old economy and start developing a new occupation, a new activity, a new business in the new economy. So, just finishing this introduction about what's going on in the world, I like to remember this cover from the Economist magazine, and it was published at the beginning of the year, at the end of the last year and the beginning of this year, and it usually talks about trends and possible issues that and potential issues that will affect 2020. In this case, I mean, of course, that we can read the war in 2020, and of course, it's Trump the first, Brexit is the second war, AI, artificial intelligence in the third world. I mean, how is going to affect artificial intelligence in our lives? And this is an amazing issue as well. Tokyo, that now is going to be celebrated in next year, March, and also climate, and also Xi, President Xi from China, as well as recession. So I like to underline those two issues about what's going on today. So the Economist cover, it was very precise in terms of how the 2020 could be. I'm sure that they didn't predict how COVID-19 could affect the economy globally, but they just underline how technology, how the economy could be affected by other economic forces around the world. So we are entering this new era that really requires new skills. So where we go from here? Well, actually, we should go into becoming entrepreneurs, becoming our own business owners. We have to become business owners. We have to understand that is the only way to transform our lives. And also, we have to find business opportunities. But where we can find business opportunities for the near future and for the long-term future? Well, I would say that consuming, because we live on most developed countries live on the under the capitalism uh, 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 economy model. So we live in a market-driven economy. So consuming is one of the driving forces of this market economy. So consuming or everything related to consuming is a lifetime business. But you have so many business opportunities regarding consuming. But before I start explaining few business models that you can explore, and what I think is the best business model that you can study, and why you should becoming an entrepreneur in this business model, I would like to introduce the evolution of the consumers. We all are consumers. That's for sure. I mean, we all consume. We may differ in the brand that we consume. Some of you, some of you will consume certain brands because they are cheap, because they are accessible, because they are different, because they are new. Some of them because they are fashion. Some of them because they add you some value. Some of them because they are unique. For whatever reason, you decided to buy in those goods, those products. So we are consumers. We are all consumers, but some of us love certain brands, love certain brands. Why? Because we feel that those brands represent us, or give us something special, or create special experiences for us as a consumers, or give us status, or maybe we are very passionate about that brand because represents, to become a rebel, or to become a leader, or to become an innovator, or whatever uh, uh, um, um, uh, whatever name you want to put to that brand. The feeling that you feel when you use that brand is what we call brand lover. So some of the consumers become brand lovers, and those brand lovers, they promote, they share, they wear, they eat, they recommend, they prescribe, they basically use and promote, and do some publicity, unconscious or consciously, of that brand. But they don't make money about that brand loving, about brand love that they have. So they about that, but they don't make money. Most of people don't make money mm, becoming a brand lover. Some of the evolution of the consumers the last years overcome into this new phase of consuming, or new way of consuming, which is becoming a brand ambassador, which is a brand lover that promote professionally, that share professionally, that actually become an ambassador. And you don't have to be a VIP person, or you don't have to be a very well-known person to do so. You're just brand ambassador because you are an active user. You are an active user of that brand, of that product, of that service, and you recommend those products or services in a professional manner, in a professional way, because you know how it works. You know how to compare with other brands. You know the differences, the details. So you are a professional brand lover that do a promotion professionally, or that do a sharing method, or a sharing strategy, or that you share in a way that people connect with that brand and connect with that product or with that service. So that is what we call a brand ambassador. And yes, those brand ambassadors are the ones that make money, start making money. You don't have to be a really big, big, big. You don't have to have a lot of followers to become a brand ambassador. It's not necessary. I mean, we're not talking about here about a brand ambassador from the point of view of advertising company or advertising marketing agency or whatever. We're talking about a brand ambassador in terms of a consumer evolution. But the highest level of consumer evolution is an influencer who is also passionate about brands, who is also a brand ambassador, who has developed a sophistication about methodology, or process or protocol in order to share, prescribe, and recommend certain brands, because you are a user, and because you are a lover, and because you know the differences between that brand and other brands, but also because you have a share of voice, you have an influence on certain people that follow you in those recommendations, follow you in those brand they become brand ambassadors, and they become followers because they connect with the vision and with the mission and with the experience that you create, sharing these ideas all around the world, okay, or all around your area. Okay, this is the consumer evolution. Okay, now how the business, how distribution, how business evolve all these years. Well, we start with the traditional shop that most people used to buy those goods uh, on shops. Now they transform into franchises. A franchise is a systematization, is a systemized business model where you can duplicate and create the same experience that you receive in one shop in all the shops. That I don't mind what you sell in those shops. I don't mind what you offer in those shops. You could be a restaurant, you could be a real estate, you could be a company, you could be a retail company, you could be a clothing company, you could be, I don't know, sneakers company. I don't care. I am talking about uh, the business model. Okay, so franchise is a business model that allows you to develop sustainable business opportunity around the world. But also you have the physical handicap and also the investments that you require in order to become a franchise or a master franchise. So even though when you start a business in the traditional way, opening a shop or a business, you have to do some investments as well on the franchise. But there is a third generation business model, which is e-commerce, or all regarding to the e-commerce world, that may not require those kind of investments and is not physically attached to a spot. So you can worldwide offer products and services, and allows you, to be more flexible and to be scalable, which is one of the biggest objectives when you develop an e-commerce business, uh, from a startup to an scale up business model. And finally, the highest expression of business technology plus social relationship and social fundamentals of philosophy is what we call social commerce. Social commerce is a higher level of developing business. Basically, we social commerce use the all the technology that right now allow us in order to access these people, and of course involves social media, online media that supports social interaction, and the user contributions to assist online buying and selling products and services. So actually, this business interaction, this business model is the the base is based on the use of social networks, or what I like to call communities. Okay, those communities that surrounds you, those communities that are really that you build along the years, with your family, with friends, with colleagues, with peers, with partners. So those communities, those rings of relationship that you have built among the years are a key element of social commerce. Plus, we allow social transactions or social buying in terms of we facilitate people to access products and services in a better way, in a smarter way. Why? Because we offer we offer those people to access products and services with discounts, with a higher level of quality, with an online business, which is you don't have to move yourself to buy things, to try things. So you receive the product at home, so you can try, so you have this warranty of 90 days that you can try and use, as well as those products and services in this platform, or any platform of social commerce that you can buy or access, usually, not all, but usually allow you to access and buy sustainable products. Sustainable products, I mean, products that are good for the planet and for the environment, as well as other kind of products. So there is a very powerful idea behind the social commerce. First of one of those ideas is that social commerce is accessible for everyone. Everyone can access to social commerce. Everyone can develop a social commerce business. You don't have to do investments, so you don't have to, so you avoid risk taken. So you don't have to take risk in order to develop a business, which is one of the challenges part of becoming an entrepreneur. But let me show you a few examples of how the rise of social commerce is emerging. If you can see on the Forbes magazine, as well as on LinkedIn, as well as in our world in data, this is Oxford University research center that you can also access and contrast this information about the trend. Just everybody knows about what's going on in terms of online business. I mean, you don't have to be very smart to understand that that's the future, and social commerce allows you to develop a new era business, a new economy business, with no investments and with no requirements of programming knowledge or technology high level knowledge. I mean, with low level or with middle level, you can access to this business and develop a very successful business. As well as you can find information about social commerce and social selling around the world. I recommend this book from Chris J. Reed that talks about how to become master in terms of social selling. Okay, but what is all about social commerce? Well, social commerce has one side is about understanding how works social consuming. Well, if you understand that most brands are recommended by third persons, by people that you know. Of course, that advertising, of course, that marketing has been working for so many years, almost 100 years, different types of marketing. But we know already today that that traditional market is not as effective as uh, the share of voice, the influence that someone has in you in terms of brand consuming, or products consuming, on services consuming. So for one hand, from one side, we have this social consuming, this social selling uh, pillar that supports social commerce. In the other hand, social commerce works in the second pillar, works as a affiliate marketing, which is actually affiliate marketing works in a particular way. Affiliate marketing is the process of earning a commission by promoting others people's products or companies or services. So Imagine this is the way brand ambassadors make money. Why? Because they make an agreement about how how to commission a recommendation of any product that I love. Okay, but we are not talking about here about mercenaries. We're not talking about here about someone that sells to anyone to do a promotion. No, we're talking about that you are passionate about some product, that then you understand how to become a brand ambassador. You recommend this professionally, or at least with a professional method or protocol. And then you define an agreement with a platform or with a company based on commissions regarding the buying capability, the buying volume of those potential consumers, sorry, of those potential customers or consumers. So, in order that I build a community, a network of potential future buyers or customers for that brand or for the other brand, I will receive a percentage of my work based on my passion, based on a protocol, based on an agreement. That is the second part of the affiliate marketing pillar that supports social commerce. And the third part, which is the most exciting part, is social leadership. Social leadership means that we develop this business model in community with others. So we help people to buy in a smarter way, to buy in a sustainable way, to buy in a win-win agreement way, and but also we help others to develop their skills and to become entrepreneurs as the way I did, or as well as I did. So my case of success, uh, I start as a learner or as a student or apprentice, and then I develop a mastery in order to help other people to become as well as an entrepreneur. So we are people helping people to become entrepreneurs or to live better and healthier lives. So that's actually how works social commerce. So it's the smartest way to become an entrepreneur uh, from a digital bootstrapping way of building a business. What means bootstrapping? Means that you do with no investments, with no risk. So this is one of the most important messages to all of you, how to become an entrepreneur with no investments, with no risk. So in summary, we develop business that you can develop on your mobile phone. So you develop a business from brand lover to influencer. So I start uh, as a passionate about the brand, about an experience, about the product or a service. Then I develop a protocol. The team will help you to develop a protocol. It's already developed, it's already tested, it's proven with a really successful track around the world. So you can try this protocol to become a brand ambassador, and then you get trained and you get coach. You receive coaching and mentoring from success people that will help you to become an influencer and then teach others to become an influencer. So we are people helping people to transform their lives. So another part of this social commerce business model is how to build a community. And how to build a community is very easy. I mean, you have just to take 3 steps. First of all, switch the place the place you buy. I mean, actually, you're buying in a grocery store, you're buying in a supermarket, you're buying in any shop, in anywhere that you don't receive uh, this opportunity that we are offering you now. Uh, you don't receive this opportunity to becoming an entrepreneur. Meanwhile, you are buying in that shop or in that platform or in that um, um, brand. So first of all, you have to switch the place where you buy to the place where they offer you uh, the opportunity to become a business owner. First of all, or a customer. Maybe you just don't want to become a business owner. You just want to become a customer. Well, whatever both options you like best, uh, you can choose or become a customer with certain benefits, like I said before, or you can become an entrepreneur, whatever is best for you. So first thing we switch or the place we buy or the place we buy plus uh, the focus we do to our business career or business development or or how to become an entrepreneur through this business model. Okay, this is the first thing, switch. The second one is share. Okay, we will help you how to share. And the third one is duplicate if you want to expand your business. Okay, so social commerce is about sharing, is about sharing your ideas, sharing your thoughts, sharing your experience with products, sharing your fears and also your joys, sharing your dreams, sharing the mission of the community, sharing your purpose in life, sharing your experience, sharing your knowledge. Is all about sharing, but also is about duplicate. Why? Because we, as a communities, trying to duplicate what works, trying to duplicate what is fine, what is good. We duplicate. We like to expand good ideas. We like to expand. Uh, uh, we like to share and expand good advices. So this is one of the other key elements that is our social commerce business all about. So we start with friends sharing this idea, then uh, some of those friends become customers uh, 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 um, or become uh, uh, mm, clients or start using these products or services or using this platform and buying in a smarter way, in a sustainable way, in a win-win agreement way. And in the other hand, some of them, maybe few, they decided that they are willing to become an entrepreneur. So we train those people, we help those people in a mentoring process in order to become entrepreneurs. So those people are the ones that are duplicate and expand the community. Why? Because this is the way how works social networks. Social networks works this way. I mean, we expand good ideas, we expand good good tools, we expand good advices, we expand good opportunities. And we're talking about here to helping people to become entrepreneurs. Remember the context, remember the environment, remember the challenges that we are entering now, that we are suffering now, or that we are struggling now. So this is the basic idea, how to help others to overcome these challenges that we are right now living and moving through. So this is the way. So just finishing the idea, okay, how we start developing social commerce. Well, first of all, ask the people that invite you to understand, uh, first of all, to check with you if you really want to become an entrepreneur or if you really prefer to become a smarter customer or a smarter buyer or a smarter consumer. Okay. or a conscious consumer. Okay, whatever is best for you. Secondly, if you want to become an entrepreneur, okay, we will help you to develop your brand. Secondly, we will explain you how works these protocols, this process in order to become a brand ambassador. Third, how to develop connections in a smart way, in a win-win way. And fourth, how to share good stuff, because we don't want to share bad stuff. I mean, we're not talking about here about bad quality products or worst products, or we're not talking about here to change a good buying experience to a bad buying experience, or we're not talking about here to change a costly, uh, in terms of operation, business into a higher cost business operation. No, we're talking about completely different concepts. We're talking about to okay customer or consuming experience to a wow consuming experience, or into a job or very limited, or in terms of revenue, in terms of benefits, or a traditional business, very challenging in terms of operation, to a global business with no investment, that is absolutely integrated into the new era, into the new economy, but based on these passionate experiences on products that we all need. So we're talking about consuming goods that we all need every day. Okay. So, uh, and finally, I mean, don't forget about what is all about this helping people. I mean, this is not making money, just making money. I mean, the modern way to develop meaningful relationship with potential customers is just purpose driven. I mean, we have to build relationship, among the product experience, among the business benefit. We have to build relationship based on a better world, a better society, you know, something that we can build together. So this is our challenges. This is our business model. And remember, people don't buy what you do. People buy why you do it. And we are doing because we want to help as many as people possible, uh, to consume in a smarter way, but also to become an entrepreneur if they're suffering or they're struggling in these challenging times. Okay, so in summary, social commerce is about a bootstrapping business, it's about a consuming goods business, it's about social, helping people, it's the purpose driven, it's universal, and it's about a new era business. So start today, uh, and develop a home digital business. This is all about, guys. I hope help you in to understand what is all about this business. If you need more information, just get in contact with the person that help you, and start the business now. Uh, you know, uh, the best to come for all of you, and hopefully I hope to see you in the next webinar where I explain more details about the strategies, about how to expand your business, not just locally, but globally. Okay, thank you very much. Stay safe, be strong. Bye-bye.